Well, good morning, saints. It's time for Good News at 9. Luke chapter 8, Jesus said, pay attention to how you hear. So we need to think carefully about how we listen. Why? Because God's will is that we listen to His Son, Jesus Christ. How do we know this? We know it because when Jesus was on the Mount of Transfiguration with Peter, James, and John, Peter was very concerned about building something. He was talking excitedly, wanting to do something, when he heard the voice of God, and God the Father said to Peter, James, and John, "This is my Son, the beloved, listen to him." So we need to be good listeners to the Word and to the Spirit. That doesn't happen accidentally. That comes through practice. It comes through cultivating good habits. So one of the things that is good for us to do is to adopt the practice of Samuel. When Samuel was a young boy, he thought he heard Eli calling him. Remember that Samuel had gone to live with Eli. And so during the night, Samuel hears a voice. He goes to Eli, and Eli says, "That was not me calling you, Samuel. Go back and go to sleep." This happened 3 times, and on the 3rd time, Eli said to Samuel, "It's the Lord calling you." So if you hear his voice again, say to the Lord, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." That's exactly what Samuel did, and he heard from the Lord. So it would be good for us to practice the same thing, to be aware that God said, "This is my Son, listen to him." So as we begin our days, when we awake in the morning, to say, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." And then throughout the day, to check in with the Lord on a frequent basis and to say, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." To make a practice of that each and every day until it becomes quite natural to us just to say, as we're going about our daily business, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." That's what God wants us to do. It's His Son. He wants us to listen to Him. You know what I say? Get her done.